Hi, my name's Tristan Ham, and I am a St. Albert Children's Theatre alumni. I was there, I think about 1980, 87 to about 1990, maybe 85 till about 1990, and a whole handful of productions and things like that, but it was an absolutely fantastic time. Currently, I'm a program facilitator at Startup Edmonton. And what we do is we take anybody with an idea, anybody with an entrepreneurial spirit, anybody with a creative way to do things, and we support them to realize their dream, to see their business hopefully come to fruition. Doesn't have to be tech, doesn't have to be anything like that. It's all about being an entrepreneur and wanting to solve something that you are wanting to change in the world. But it was a bit of a journey to get to this point. Really, after St. Albert Children's Theatre, I went to school for theatre. I went to Vancouver to Langara Studio 58 and did a fair bit of work there, and then tried to be a professional actor in Vancouver for a good long while. But as it turns out, you need to really hustle. You need to be constantly hustling to be a professional actor, a successful actor. And I just didn't have that hustle in me. So then I went into child protection. Actually, I worked there for a good long while, both here and in Australia. And then more recently sort of got into the tech space and eventually ended up here. But the skills I learned in St. Albert Children's Theatre was confidence, was the ability to speak in front of people comfortably, to be able to, take the mickey out of myself when I need to, but really be able to be articulate when I need. And that kind of presentation style has served me extremely well as a facilitator, as someone who is a storyteller. And that's also what I use those skills for, is that I do a lot of role-playing games and tabletop games and things like that, where it requires a lot of storytelling and a lot of narrative aspects. And so that's very much influenced my creative outlet nowadays. I've got many connections with St. Albert Children's Theatre still, many friends that became lifelong. My buddy Matt Dykes or Matt Alden. I've got Mark Despin, Paul Despin, John Lovell, all those great folks that I grew up with. We're still in contact, and we still kind of reminisce about a lot of those days and a lot of the fun that we had. And, if I think about really what art brings to my life, what it does for me, it gives me an ability to create. And I have to create. I'm not good with my hands. I can't build much, but I can create, again, these stories, these narratives, these things like that. And I need that in my life. It has to be an outlet. It has to be something that gets my juices flowing and gets me up in the morning. If I think about a certain event in St. Albert Children's Theatre that made me really laugh, like something funny that happens, every show has a foible, has something that happens that is memorable, it sticks into your brain. One of the biggest ones is there is an alumni named Matt Goodall, and we were in a production called Oliver Twist, all right? Well, good old Matt Goodall, he's playing a cop, and he just discovers the body of this sort of streetwalker with a heart of gold, who was, I think, Bill Sykes' sort of love interest. I think he ended up killing her. A lot darker than I remember this show. Anyway, so Matt Goodall, he discovers her body on the ground. It was played by Vanessa Sabrin. And he got up and he's meant to run off the stage screaming, "Murder! Murder!" But it is obviously English accent, which I won't attempt here. So he discovered her and he took off running, but he ran into the wrong wing. And the set was made of metal scaffolding. Well, there was a low bar in that upper wing, and he went and he hit it full tilt on the forehead. And I don't know if he knocked himself out, but he definitely knocked himself flat. And while he was recovering, you can see stagehands coming out, grasping his trousers and pulling him off stage so they could figure out if he was seriously hurt or not. And that was absolutely incredible. I'm glad Matt was okay. But that experience was wild. I would never imagine that in a million years that ever happened. It was pretty cool. It would be uplifting because it took a shy kid, a very self-conscious kid, myself, and showed them a path where they could be creative, where they could be other people, where they could be confident. And even if they didn't feel it, they could project that confidence. And it was pretty amazing. It was a pretty amazing thing to have available to us growing up.